All right, fuckers, welcome to the Trailer Park Boys Fan Federation podcast. This is Morgan Rector, and we have
Hey,
Raymond Hazen in the house, of course, and we have a guest today by the name of Virginia. How you doing, Virginia?
I'm doing pretty good.
All right. And what part of the states do you hail from? Do you live in California as well?
I do live in California, yes.
Okay. And how did you become a Trailer Park Boys fan?
Actually, through Raymond.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what he played
Yeah.
some episodes for you at his place? Or?
No, actually, we went to the show and we watched them live. So that was my first time actually seeing them and hearing about them.
yeah, no, it was actually pretty cool. Virginia was a straight up sport, you guys. Like, I had 3 tickets, right? And one of the people, and like 2 weeks or something before the show, I just jumped on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I got an extra ticket. If anyone wants to buy it and wants to go have a party, I got a hotel room and everything, man. You don't got to pay nothing for that. Just buy the ticket from me and let's go." And Virginia hit me up on Facebook and was like, "Hell yeah, I'm game." And I'm like, "Sweet, you know Trailer Park Boys?" She's like, "Nope, never even heard of them, but I just want to go party and have a good time." So I told her to get on Netflix and whatnot, and crash course some Trailer Park Boys, and that's what she did, dude. And I remember her hitting me up later on. I was like, "Man, this shit's so funny," and I was like, "Hell yeah, it was." And then then we went, me, her, and Kevin, my other buddy. You've heard me talk about Kevin a bunch of times, but yeah, it was fun.
So who's your favorite character, Virginia?
I would have to say Bubbles.
Bubbles. And what do you like about Bubbles?
I like that he likes kitties, and I like that he sings, and yeah.
Do you have any favorite Bubbles moments?
um, No, just I like all of the scenes, all his scenes, and I would have to say I think maybe the one where he's wrestling the most. I think that would be the best one. Yeah.
Green bastard from parts unknown.
Yes.
Are you Trevor? I don't give a fuck, actually. Bam. Bubbles gets pretty savage when he starts wrestling, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes.
Sensitive guy goes out the window.
Oh,
Yeah.
when that mask and cape come on, dude, Green Bastard will whoop an ass right now.
Oh yeah. And I love the little truck he was driving where he painted it green and had a little a little model of the green truck and
You
on
mean
the side as well.
you mean his
Yeah. Yeah.
LGBT,
Yeah.
his little Green Bastard
Yeah,
truck?
that's right. Yeah. Forgot about that reference.
Uh, that was good stuff.
So Ray and I had a bit planned for this week. So it's our top 5 Ray moments. Ray, Ricky's father.
Yeah, not me, not me. Which we can cover the top 5 me moments next week if you want.
Ray
No, I'm
LaFleur.
kidding.
Oh, I'm still learning about those moments. I'm sure Virginia could name a. Let's yeah, before we do the Ray moments, Virginia, give me some interesting Ray stories. Is there anything particularly wild that you've seen him do that would make it for some entertaining podcasting?
Go ahead.
um.
Just don't make me sound like too much of an ass.
uh, let's see. When we went to watch the Corn concert and we seen Flyleaf and Corn and just like hung out, smoked lots of weed, and got really, really drunk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So what's he
yeah.
like at a music festival? Because I know at those places, when there's a festival, people go wild. Some people get naked and stuff. Did he get crazy there?
I don't, not that I seen, just a lot, just really, really drunk. Um, yeah, just really, really drunk. I think, for the most part, he's pretty much kept his clothes on around me when it comes to weed and stuff like that. So yeah.
Well,
Have you?
I have woken up more than once or twice in my life and I couldn't find my pants. That is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
not uncommon.
Yeah.
Uh, But I mean, now it's no hidden secret, Virginia, that you remember more of the concert or the show we went to see the boys than I do. Uh, how is there any ridiculous story from that night that I or Kevin or the both of us were involved in that just stands out in your mind like this fucking idiot?
Where you're running all the way to the front and you're just like screaming "Trailer Park Boys" through the whole yeah, just the whole we're sitting
No,
down and just he's just running through the place just yelling "Bubbles, Trailer Park Boys." Yeah.
now, Kevin tells me I started a "fuck George Green" chant while we were there.
Yes,
I
yes, you
vaguely
did.
remember that.
Yes, you did.
And I was
Yep.
walking around with a parking cone on my head. I know that much.
Yes,
Wow.
that
How
that you
much
did.
did you drink before you got?
Okay, well, we had a bunch of weed and I had some edibles, so let's just get that off the top. We had that going, okay? And then my buddy Kevin makes his own moonshine and it's pretty decent stuff. And so he bought like 4 jars of moonshine. And we got like, and I'm telling you, all this stuff was like 150 proof, 160 proof, something like that. Maybe 130, somewhere in that range, but it was over 100. I know that much.
So
Over
like
120.
one jar would have been enough to get all you drunk, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
not me and Kevin. You know, we can drink more than most, and I'm like Ricky, and smoke a pound in a single bound. I'm
Yeah.
dope man. But no, I think we drank 2.5 of those jars between me and Kevin, or we even left. And then while
Yeah,
we were there,
they were drinking like when they got into my car and they were still drinking all the way up to the hotel, drinking in the hotel. So yeah, they were
yeah, we drank in the car from Napa to Oakland, and then got in the hotel room, and then partied in the hotel room. Kevin ended up passing out like fucking before the show even started, and I remember getting hella angry at him, like, dude, I'm gonna wake your ass. And my buddy Kevin is a big dude, not just large, like he's tall, like he's 6'5", like 400 pounds. He's down, he's lost some weight now, but he's a big dude all around, and I was like, man, I don't care. I'm gonna throw your big ass up over my shoulder, and I will drag you down there. We're going to see the boys, dude. This is it, dude. It's like the culmination of our life. Come on, wake up.
yeah.
And the fuck guy finally woke up, and then we went, and that's when I don't know, I saw that weird like half naked dude dancing on the corner. Remember that, Virginia?
Yeah, yeah. That was actually like when we were walking in and then when we were walking out. Yeah, he
And
was
then I
still
took,
out there just dancing.
and I took a picture by his nutsack. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah.
You almost
Proud
get
moments.
teabagged.
Proud moments.
Yeah, practically draped it on my shoulder.
Did you almost get teabagged by him?
No, I wasn't quite that close, but I mean, I could read the tag in the underwear.
That was a really fun night, though.
I'm
Oh
sure
yeah.
it probably wasn't just you, right? I mean, I'm sure most of the crowd must have been drunk and high.
Oh, everybody, yeah, dude. I mean, they were selling beers and T-shirts, and I mean, the problem with shows though is if you ever go to a show, especially down here in California, which is uber expensive, I mean, they want like 12, $15 just to buy a beer at shows and things nowadays, and it's like it gets ridiculous. So I always try to party before I go in, but then you risk getting too wasted, and then you end up being like me. Like I remember the show, I remember like most of it, but I don't remember everything. I totally don't, like not at all. I know that Bubbles played Who's Got Your Belly, and I know that he played Liquor and Whores. I know that I pushed my way down to the front, and I got them to come down. We were sitting like 4 rows from the front, even though we were supposed to be towards the back, but that's cool. As soon as I see empty seats, man, whoop, I'm snooping in, dude. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I've always been like that, though. I don't give a shit. I push my way to the front of every show I've ever been to. There's never been a show that I've gone to that I haven't got to the front. Not
Have
a
you
one, ever.
you tried their liquor, like the Liquormans and the Freedom 35? Did you?
No, it's not sold in the United States.
You can't get it from, can't order it online or anything, I guess. Eh?
No, no, and the only reason being is because they can't sell it in America because you need a different type of license to be able to sell internationally.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
I'd
So
like,
they don't have that yet. You
I
know.
would like to try the Trailer Park Buds, but I don't know. It seemed like that was a plan, and then it didn't happen. I don't know. I don't know if they ever sold any, but they were supposed to sell their own brand of weed, right?
I
So I
didn't
was,
even hear about that.
yeah, Trailer Park Buds and like all the weed stores across Canada were gonna sell it, but I guess maybe it costs more than they want to spend because I mean you would
Maybe.
have to pay to get the capital to be able to distribute weed across the country. That would be a lot of money. So
Shit, dude, they could pay. They don't even have to pay me, dude. They could just give me weed, and I'd walk door to door, and knock on doors, and be like, "Here's some Trailer Park Boys weed."
yeah, I
No,
bet.
dude, I'll tell you right now, man. I'd love to try some Lickermans or some Bald Pussy or some Freedom 35. Like, I constantly look, but no, they're not for sale here. Like that's something I've contemplated. Like if I ever come up there to Canada, to do a little video or whatever, just come hang out, visit, which I want to do eventually. I'm still gonna have to purchase some stuff to I think smuggle across the border. Shh, don't report me, people. Anyway.
There's a lot of liquor beverages in the United States we don't have here, like Moonstrom, strawberry apple wine, Blue Nun, Mad Dog 2020, Old English, a
That's
lot of
all.
those like cheap alcohol drinks. We don't have all that stuff here.
Well, you ain't missing too much.
What's that? So
You're not
what's
missing. Good.
what's the difference between malt liquor and beers? Is there a difference, or is it just the name?
No, there's a difference. I don't really know because I don't brew it too much. It has to do with the ingredients. I'm telling you, that's got to be it.
So what
Yeah,
is Old English like a really shitty kind of beer, or
I think it is personally.
yeah, they just drink it because it's cheap, right?
Yeah. Well,
I think
it's got a high
it's
and it's got a
more of the
high alcohol
bottom
content.
and more of the bottom of the barrel probably.
Yeah, so I guess like a lot of homeless guys probably drink that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the guys who were like carrying it around in like brown bags and stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Malt beverages are highly filtered beer-like drinks that have no color and are made with no hops. Malt beverages are any number of flavored beverages. These include wine coolers, hard lemonades, hard sodas, and other flavored alcoholic beverages. Beer is generally made from grains, hops, water, and yeast.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go. So beer is made from hops and grains, where what was it? Malts are made from are made with no hops. That's what it is. So beers are made with hops, where malts are not made with hops. No
Do you have
hops.
do you have Mike's
They're
Hard?
hopless. Oh yeah, we got mics.
Yeah, we got that. Yeah, I used to drink that. I remember once I drank a whole case of four, and I thought, well, it's just lemonade with a bit of vodka in it. How drunk am I going to get? And I was like staggering home. I totally underestimated how drunk I was going to get. So, and
Well, if
also,
you don't drink that much, yeah.
yeah, and also they say, well, you should eat a full meal if you're going to be drinking. But doesn't that just really delay the full intoxication?
Yes, yes, yes. And I like to. And there's that glass is a meal. It's got all your vitamins and minerals right there in that liquor.
Yeah, it's true.
Everything you need. Vitamin L, baby. Vitamin L.
So, what?
Oh.
Oh yeah, there's a topic. So Virginia, when you're drunk, what do you eat?
What do I eat? I drink lots of water, and I don't eat.
Really? Oh, you don't
Yeah, I
have
don't
that
eat.
temptation.
I think now that I'm older, I think I drink some aspirin and hopefully not wake up with a horrible, horrible hangover.
Yeah, they say that you can prevent a hangover by like drinking tons of water.
But that's technically not true. When the last time I drank maybe a whole 24 pack of Coronas,
Wow.
and it was kind of like back to back. And I went home and I was hungover already. It
20.
wasn't even I was full blown like past the drunkenness and just went into the hangover.
Was there some kind of crisis going on in your life, or were you just part?
I was just hanging out with one of my friends out here where I live, and they're like, "Oh, let's go, come on." And I'm like, "Well, I don't really drink all that much, but sure." And they're just handing me beer after beer after beer, and I'm sitting there drinking, one after the other, and then all I know is I had about 24 of them, and I was like, "Oh no."
Well, at least you're a good spirit about it. Drink,
Yeah.
drink, drink, drink.
I ain't gonna say no. If
That's
we
right.
went into, like we bought two 24 packs, and then, my friend, he drank 24 and I drank 24, and I end up really, really sick the next morning.
That's right, Virginia. Saying no to free beer is un-American. And
That's right.
un-Canadian, un-Australian. You name it. It's everything.
Here's some Canadian terminology for you. We call the 24 packs 2-4s. That's a Canadian slang right there.
Yeah?
Yeah, and also,
2-4?
Here's a funny thing, because Canadian beer is stronger than American beer, but American cigarettes are stronger than Canadian cigarettes.
How strong is Canadian beer? Because I'd be willing to say it depends on the beer. I've found some strong beers, like Eye of the Hawk is like 11%.
Well, that's
I found this stuff called Le Fin du Monde. It's like a French beer, but then technically it is French.
Put it this way. If Virginia drank 24 bottles of Molson Canadian beer, she probably would have ended up in the hospital. I'll put it that way. Coors you can handle. I don't know about Molson Canadian,
Like, let's put it this way. Like Bud and Coors is sitting around like 5.2% standard. That's like standard American beer is around 5%. Anything above that, you're starting to, I'd say 5 and 6. 7s and 8s and 9s are high end. Anything above that is like really high alcohol content for beer.
Yeah, actually, one thing I found out that surprised me about how you make pop or soda, as you call it, is it's the same process. They use yeast and fermentation and everything.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was only for alcohol, but you do that soda pop as well.
I did not know that, Sam. I am.
Do either of you have a soda stream?
No, I don't.
I'd like to get one.
I'm a alcoholic, so I probably should get one.
I'd like to get one, but it's so damn expensive right now. Like last I checked, they were like $180 or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to get it here, I'll make you wait till around Black Friday, right after Thanksgiving, because I was looking not this last Christmas, but the year before, and they had the really nice soda streams, the kind that you could, because see, there's two different kinds, because I've been looking at them for a while. I really want one, because like there's some that you can only put water in, and then you add the carbonation and their flavoring to make your drinks. Then there's also ones that you could put any liquid into and carbonate it. The difference has to do with the tips, like, because you have to be able to take the tips off and clean them a certain way, because you know how sugary beverages are, like it'll start to crystallize in there. You know what I'm saying? If you just keep shoving orange juice in there over and over, you get what I'm saying? So, or grape juice or something, right? But there are ones that you can drink. But the really nice one that could do anything, you could put any drink in there that you wanted, man. At Black Friday, like 2 years ago, was like 119, I think. So yeah, I know what you're saying. They are kind of expensive, but if you think about it, I mean, go through if you drink a couple sodas a day, dude. You go through a couple cases a week. You're hitting that $100 before the month's out. I promise.
Well, I tried
maybe not the month, but you'll be hitting that $100 pretty dang quickly.
Well, I tried like getting club soda and adding flavor with those little things that squirt flavor, the Kool-Aid things. The thing is, but the flavor disappears after a couple drinks. You have to keep adding to it. So it's like an Italian soda, basically. So.
Oh, I like these Italian sodas, man. I want a cream soda or something now. Now I'm craving some fucker. I'm also stoned, dude. I think my fucking dab hits are kicking in.
Oh wait, yeah, you smoked earlier, right?
I always smoke. I'm smoking right now. I got my little pen right here. Dude, haven't you heard me coughing? I know the listeners have heard me coughing. Trust me, that ain't my COVID.
Yeah. All right, how about we do our top five Ray moments, not Raymond Hazen, but Raymond LaFleur. Okay, so
Yeah.
my first one, I'll do one, you do one.
Yeah, just like last time, for sure.
So my first was, well, it starts off with him saying, "I, the place I've moved to is as a luxury beyond your wildest dreams." He's going on and on about it, and then like a minute later, he's like, "Hey Ricky, don't tell anybody I'm living at the dump."
Isn't the camera zoomed up on him and it kind of like backs out at the same
Yeah,
time and you see he's at the dump? Yeah, that was good shit right there. Okay, let's see here. This wasn't as tough for me as the top 10 episodes was. But this was kind of difficult because I do really like the character of Ray. But my number 5, excuse me, I think has to be J-Rock's Greasy Trailer Park Girls Gone Wild.
oh,
When he invites Ray and Bubbles over for free liquor and groceries to be in his new porn video, and then Ray ends up like in like 15 minutes gets so hammered that he's just like wheeling around in a shot, and then they ended up having the freaking cops come, and that's when the cops ended up arresting him for not for fraud, for disability fraud, because they found out that he's not actually paralyzed.
they
But
want,
yeah, good.
wanted guys who look real, and they're going to Ray, but that's too real, man.
Yeah. Fuck, I love that shit, bro. Because, I've had moments like that, too. It's like, you're like, all right, yeah, let's party or something. But you hammer just a little bit, or at least not you, I have. Hammer just a bit too quickly, and you're fucking tanked in like 30 minutes, and everyone's like, fuck, bro, already? Oh, that's good stuff.
My next one is from the first. Where in the fuck is Oscar Goldman? Where like he's helping them track the chicken, and he goes, listen, and Ricky goes, are you drunk? And Ray goes, yes, but listen.
Yes. Oh, that's so ironic. See, more great minds think alike, bro. Because my number 4 is the entire episode of Where the Fuck is Oscar Goldman? Like that just episode is, yeah, it's all one big race scene in my opinion, and it's brilliant. You're right, dude. Like that's probably one of the best parts of it. And I also really love the when he was sitting there, and he's like, man, I don't fucking know anything about tracking down chickens. I just did it for the free liquor, Like, but I'm telling you, I heard that chicken. And then how about when he's pounding the bottle down, and then he goes and throws it in Brace. He goes, man, I'm off the trail, guys. I'm gonna need something to get me back on the trail. And then hands him a pint, and he goes, takes a big swig, and goes, oh yeah, here it is. Let's go. And then the first part of that too is, which we already discussed because it's one of our favorite episodes too. Was in the beginning when he's like, all right, Ricky, you know the deal though. You know the deal. And the deal is you got to bring me liquor.
Yeah, they had to give him a second bottle too when he lost track of it. He's like, I need something to get back on the trail. And Bubbles is like, yeah, I wonder what that is. Yeah. My next one is they're at the dump and they're about to have dinner, and Ray insists that they say grace. And in the middle of it, he's like, bless this dump. And the look on Bubbles' face when he says that.
Yeah. He goes, does he say something like, I don't mean this dump, I mean my home, bless my home, or something? Like,
bless this dump.
Right,
we're going to come out that way.
Okay, so my number 3 is from Say Goodnight to the Bad Guys. The little special episode. When Ricky goes down to see his dad, and he's living in that boat, which is so cool. And he goes in there, and he's trying to talk to him about starting up his weed plants in the green bins. And Ray has one of his dad teaching moments, which I've always loved, when he tries to act like he's giving fatherly advice. And it kind of always makes sense. We talk about how Ricky's always trying to jumpstart his dreams off of Julian's batteries, and he's like hooking the battery cables up between them, like
Yeah.
now hook that to you. Do you feel it now? Like, yeah, like pretend I'm Julian, hook it to Julian. I don't know, that shit is just so funny. I love that part.
There, my fourth one is believe it's the first episode of season 6 where so his trailer's gone because it's burned down, and he's being thankful for having the rig sleeper and everyone around him. He ends this little soliloquy by saying, "So help my fuck." He's just, the guy hit. Well, you have to admire that. His life totally hit the skids, but he's able to see the silver lining and everything. So.
Gotta try. Hey, we talked about that prior. You gotta try to find, what's good. Can't just look at all. If you sit there and think about how your life is shit, well, guess what? Your life's gonna be shit. But even if you're homeless, I mean, Virginia's saying, like, I've been homeless and completely happy because my frame of thought, like, you just gotta. Yeah, you're right, man. You gotta have your fucking head on straight, dude. My number two, in the top 5. Is the episode when Bubbles comes in to see what Ray's doing. I believe it's in 7 because it's all leading up for their scrap metal trip to Bangor, Maine. But it's when Ray is in his house ripping all the plumbing out of his walls for liquor money. And he's in there just fucking yanking the walls out. And he's like, "Oh, come on, motherfucker." And he's ripping it. And Bubbles is like, "Hey, Ray, what are you doing?" And he's like, I don't use this plumbing, Bubs. I'm ripping it out. You could turn it in for liquor money.
It's the most normal thing in the world.
Yeah, and Bubbles is like, "Ray, ripping your plumbing out of your walls for liquor money is fucked." And then Ray looks right at him and goes, "Nah, it's not." And walks right past him like it's fucking no big deal.
The way Ray feels is that anything that he could do that could get him money for liquor or get him liquor is okay. He's really my number 5 is it's actually the same episode when they decided to do the scrap metal, but it's a different scene. So Ray says to Bubbles, "What's your hobby?" Or no, Bubbles says to Ray, "What's your hobby?" And he says, "Drinking. Want a beer?" And Bubbles is like, "Yeah." Ray gives him like half a beer, and he grabs a fresh beer for himself.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That was another part of why. That's why that whole freaking or that scene is so great, dude. I have that on here. It's on one of my lists or something. But you're right, dude. He's like, "Bubbles, you really need to get a hobby, man." And he's like, "What's your fucking hobby, Ray?" "Drinking." "Here, you want a beer, Bubs?" "Sure." And he hands him the one he's already been drinking off of, the open one. Oh, that's great. Alrighty, and then my number 1, my top Ray moment of all is in season 7 when he needs a jump. The car's out, the battery's dead, and when he's driving around Leahy's old car with the no roof, and he needs he's now the trailer park supervisor with Randy, and he needs a jump, and he's trying to get Bubbles to jump him with his fucking go-kart. And Bubbles is sitting there arguing with him like, "Dude, you can't jump a car with a go-kart battery. Like, it's not the same thing. It's basically a lawnmower engine." You know what I'm saying? Like, and then everyone winds up showing up. Ricky, fucking Julian, fucking everyone's there, and everyone's talking shit over shit. And then all of a sudden Ray loses his shit. He's like, "God damn it, Julian, get that piece of shit car out in front of my house. Keep it the fuck away from my house from now on. Ricky, get the fuck in your car. Move it the fuck over here, jump my car. Bubbles, get your fucking car." Then he starts going off at everybody. Bubbles is like, "Ray, I'm sorry. You can't jump a car from a..." He's like, "Bubbles, you just didn't try. All right, God damn it. Are you still coming over for dinner later?" Bubbles is like, "Yeah, I'll be there. 6:30, yeah."
Holding his magazine for hostage.
Yeah, dude. Oh, that's right.
Ray is like so hilariously selfish. Him and Ricky both, but yeah, Ray takes it to a whole new level. It doesn't really give to anybody. So Virginia, have you ever lived in a trailer park or knew anyone who lived in one, visited one?
No, just like a mobile home, yeah. I don't know if it's the same.
Well, technically it is. Like when a lot of people hear trailer, they think like a sleeper camper, like the thing we hook on the back of our truck or the thing that sits above the bed of the truck. But a mobile home is a trailer in a trailer park.
That's true.
Okay.
If it's mobile, yeah. Were you talking about like an RV or something like that?
Yeah. So my friend, she actually lives in a trailer, which is a mobile home in actually San Jose, actually. And she likes it. She went from a house to a trailer, and she said it's more, it's easier and it's
Cost?
more manageable and more cost efficient and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Well, like what? You gotta pay for gas and you gotta find a place to hook up the plumbing, but other than that, it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and then I do have my aunt. She actually has a trailer that she lives in Kansas City, and she said that all she has to do is pay the lot fee, which is like $300, and that trailer's hers.
wow.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
only paid like 25,000 for it.
Well,
Out there,
houses. Sorry, go
what's
on.
that? Out there, it's actually pretty cheap, like for mobile homes and trailers and stuff like that.
Well, houses are so goddamn expensive now. I mean, there's this whole new class of people that they call them house poor, where basically they had money, but now so much of their money goes into the house that they're living like poor people, like eating tuna sandwiches, and they used to travel pre-COVID, of course. They used to be able to buy whatever they wanted, and now every spare cent goes to the house. It's just not an investment anymore.
Mm-hmm.
No. Honestly, buying a house is a horribly bad investment. I mean, it's also a way of tying you down to a spot. I mean, the taxes, like, there's all kinds of shit about it. Like, renting, it really is the way to go. Because then, I mean, 30 days you can move anytime you want. Selling a house is a whole bigger issue.
Yeah. And it can take a long time too.
Long time.
I mean, the bills that you have to pay when you live in a house as well. I mean, there's that. There's maintenance. So every house is a money pit. Whereas,
Kind of like a car, if you ask my honest opinion about cars.
yeah. Have you ever?
Depreciate.
I say we get rid of houses and cars and all live outside and cruise around in like horse and buggy, like the old days, like cowboys.
Well, if the economy doesn't improve, most people probably will be living that way.
Oh yeah. Especially with population inflation. It's the way it's going to continue to rapidly rise.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, there's this movie right now called Nomadland, and it's based on reality, but it's not a true story. But it's about all these people in America. They're nomads. They're homeless, but instead of living on the streets in one city, they're just kind of traveling around and receiving alms from churches and what have you. And that contingent might end up growing as well.
that's the way like all the punk rockers used to be, man. Like I used to know a whole bunch of people in the punk rock scene back in the '90s and early 2000s and stuff, and that's what they do, man. They'd hitchhike from Portland to Seattle to, down in through California into Napa, down to LA, fucking back east, and they were never in one spot for more than a few weeks or a month at a time. Couple months maybe, if the weather is bad or something, like they don't want to travel in the rain or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah.
My girlfriend's friend was kind of part of the traveler scene, the nomad scene for a while, and she was traveling with a punk rock guy. So yeah, I guess that must still be the case for a lot of punks.
Yeah, I remember there used to be this old guy, punk rock rich man, big old guy, but he used to wear this T-shirt. I mean, I used to love it because you'd have to know the joke if you know punk rockers. So like at least back in the '90s and the early 2000s, I don't hang out or know many of them now, but they used to not all bathe or wear deodorant all the time,
Oh
so
yeah.
they would smell really bad, And his T-shirt said, "Punk rock's not dead. It's always smelled like this." I used to love because you'd see Rich stank, dude. He really did. But he was a cool fucking dude. If you could just get past it, I'd be like, this is just who he is, man. Like, he's a punk, he's a gutter punk, and I love them gutter punks, man. I know quite a few still to this day that they're old school gutter punks, and I don't talk to them all the time anymore, but I know them still and fucking love them. Like my boy JoJo. Shout out to JoJo. What's up? And Brown Man. What's up? Go ahead. Did Trump what?
Do truck stops still have showers?
I don't know. Some, I believe. Yeah.
I guess you have to use those, eh?
Yeah.
Yes, they do. Actually, I live maybe like 15, 20 minutes away from quite a few truck stops, and they actually do still have them in there, but I think it's like $10, $15 to use their showers.
Well, I guess that's kind of reasonable. I mean, not if you're a nomad, that's probably a lot of money, but I guess for a trucker, it's not too bad. But I mean,
for the nomads and stuff like that, I would say probably the best thing to do would be get like a 24-hour fitness
gym membership
and just use it like that. Use the showers in there.
Yeah,
that's cheaper way to go.
Or if you're a nomad homeless person and you can always email me at scoopdad.leahy@gmail.com, and I can tell you how to make a homemade shower. Because I've been homeless a lot. No, it's really easy. I'll tell you guys right now. It's no big deal. I think we've covered it before when we're going to have a night. You take like a regular like soda bottle or a water bottle and you cut the bottom off it, right? And then you put that to the side. Then you get like a bigger bottle, like a 2 liter, or have you ever seen those 3 liters? Get a 3 liter. That would work great, dude. Or a milk jug is nice because it's big and fat, but something big, a gallon. Because that milk jug's a gallon too. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, then you cut the bottom off that. Okay. Then you get a piece of hose, and you just attach it on both. Well, one end you attach to the big milk jug, the bigger jug. Okay. And then the other end, you have attached the water bottle. But the side that's closest to the water bottle, soda bottle, regular smaller bottle, whatever it is. Oh, wait, did I say you cut the bottom off that one? No, you don't cut the bottom off the small one. I take that back. Sorry, everybody. You poke holes in the bottom of the smaller one. Okay, I got ahead of myself there. You poke holes
first?
Yeah, you heat the water on your campsite, your stove, your propane stove, your fire camp, whatever you got, your stove, because everyone homeless is heating a stove somehow. You heat your water on that. That's how you heat your water hot. Okay, you heat it up. Like, remember I had that 3-tiered shopping cart barbecue I told you about? Well, that's what I'd heat up the water on, was that thing. Yeah, I made a barbecue out of a shopping cart, chopped it all up, and tack welded it together. And it was badass, dude. But anyway, yeah, and then so what you do is you just put that jug, the bigger one, high up on a tree, and then you have the other bottle slightly further down, kind of like in an S shape, but just slightly lower because you use gravity. And then on the end of the hose that's closest to the smaller bottle, you have one of those old school, like, remember the plastic quarter turn nozzles for the hoses that you could turn it like a quarter turn, click. It was like a little plastic handle on the right, so like a key almost, tick, and then the hose would turn on, the water would come out, and then you could quarter turn back, click, and then it would shut off. Well, you get one of those, and so that way you can turn your shower head off and on, right? You can have it off, and then fill the thing up with water. You get underneath it, and then you turn that little quarter turn, and then the water falls all down through that into that water bottle, and then the one with the holes in the bottom, it all starts trickling through the holes in the bottom like a shower head.
You know what you should do is find a way to like invent the components so you could mass produce something like that for like campers, and then patent
made
it.
Out of actual stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like maybe get one of them pouches that like heats water. Like, you know what I'm saying? The ones you can just
like an IV bottle or something like that.
Yeah. Someone out there is listening to this and they're gonna go fucking make it now. Watch. That always happens to me. I come up with great ideas, but I'm stoned and lazy and I don't know how to like copyright shit. People's like, I've seen ideas I've thought of out there. I'm like, fuck, man, I thought of that shit.
I come up with ideas, but I'm not an engineer, so I don't know how to invent the components.
Right? Exactly.
Virginia.
Well, I mean, I did invent that. So I mean, yeah. Anyway, go ahead. Virginia, what?
Virginia, did you see Raymond's like homeless life? Did you bear witness to that?
Semi, not really. he would give me calls and we would talk on the phone and stuff like that. But since I live so far away now, it was kind of hard to get out to see him and hang out and stuff like that.
Oh yeah. What part of the state do you live in?
I live closer to um, the peninsula of San Francisco
Oh,
Peninsula.
oh
But
yes.
I live now closer into the Central Valley, so I live a little bit further out.
A couple hours away from me.
Yeah.
Okay. What? So you're to the south of Raymond?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know what? I thought I would bring up and be fun. Maybe we'll start checking on doing it. Do you know how every day is like, it's National Pigs in a Blanket Day.
Yeah.
It's National Salamanders Wear Shoes Day. You know, I don't know. I'm just making that one up.
Yeah.
You know?
There's a day for everything, right?
Yeah. So I thought I'd take a look real quick, and today is May 7th, correct? Yeah, Friday, May 7th. I thought I'd let you guys hear a couple of national. Today is National Packaging Design Day. So, like, if you have to mail something in a package, make sure you put a nice design on it because it's Packaging Design Day.
Yeah. Packaging.
It's also.
Well, thank you for your service, I guess.
Yeah. It's also National Paste Up Day. And no, that's not the pasties, you know, those little things that girls put on their nipples to make it look like they're wearing them bodysuits and stuff. No, It's not a pasty. That's what I thought at first. I was like, fuck, it's National Pasty Day. I got all excited. But no, it's National Paste Up Day. Back in the old days, before way programs are done now with news, they actually used to have to have a design editor lay out a layout design, just how the articles are going to lay on the page, and then they would paste them on before they would print. You get what I'm saying? Paste up. That's what it is. It's also National Barrier Awareness Day. That's for all those who, for anyone with disabilities, basically. But National Barrier Day is more for those because barriers get in your way because you have disabilities, like you can't walk, so you can't go up the stairs. So if there's somewhere without a ramp, that's a barrier, you know.
I thought it referred to like sexual harassment or something like that.
No, I think that's National Boundaries Day.
Yeah, Harvey Weinstein's birthday.
Yeah. Right. Okay, this one I think is amazing, and I wish I realized a little more ahead of time. I should have got down to the store, but today is National Roast Leg of Lamb Day. So everyone,
I can take.
Yeah, right. Let's fucking roast some leg of lamb. I'm up for that.
Never ate a lamb I didn't like. Yeah.
Yeah, never ate a lamb I didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. You know what I just had? Go ahead, more.
I love visiting farms and zoos and whatnot, but I don't ever want to hold a lamb in my hands because how can I go and eat a lamb after that? And I don't want to lose that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Speaking of lamb, there's this place up here in Lakeport that I went to that I didn't even know, but they sell lamb gyros up there, and I got a lamb gyro, and it was so bomb. Had that tzatziki sauce and everything, man. Almost, dude, it wasn't quite as Virginia. Remember Small World in Napa?
Yeah.
It was not as good as Mike's lamb gyro. I'm gonna say it right here, right now, but it was still damn worth the money I spent. It was $10 worth well spent.
So, Virginia, have you done those spicy food challenges that Jason and Raymond have done?
No. I'm not one for hot stuff, like not that hot anyways.
Not like that. Because did you see the video of Raymond eating the beef jerky?
I did.
It sounds like a kind of torture I know I couldn't handle. I know that. I mean, even Jason, who is the one who eats this stuff for breakfast, even he was in agony, saying you could feel it going through his intestines, and so that'll be a no for me.
Yeah, that definitely will be a no for me also.
Yeah, I'm just kind of a glutton for punishment. Oh, okay, hold on. I got one more national day to share, just because it'll make Bubbles happy. And then we're done with the national days, I promise, all right?
Yeah.
Today is National Space Day.
Space Day. All right.
Today is Space Day. So everyone, get out there, get stoned, and let's play some fucking space. All right.
The same week as the Star Wars Day, May 4th. It's good timing.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That might make sense because, well, I don't know. I guess if it happened before, it says it's on the first Friday in May. So the first Friday in May is Space Day. Then again, if the first was a Friday, I guess it wouldn't be the same week. But
Well, yeah. So Ray, are you into Star Wars or Star Trek?
anything space. I mean, Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie, is a little bit cooler. Star Trek is a bit technobabble. But I like Star Trek. I remember before my grandpa, my dad's dad, before he passed, when I was younger growing up, he loved Star Trek. He loved sci-fi spaces. Didn't matter. Outer Limits, frickin', Twilight Zone, all that shit. And Pop loved that stuff. But he used to watch Star Trek also because it was on TV. Star Wars wasn't just on TV all the time, and we didn't have DVR back in the day where you could or Netflix where you could just fucking watch Disney Plus and just watch Star Wars anytime you want. You know what I'm saying? But Star Trek was always on, and so he'd watch Star Trek a lot. And so I remember in my early teens, like mid teens and whatnot, like even at high school, like I went to a continuation and it got out at like 1:30. And people want to go like, hey, let's go party, let's go get some weed, let's go fucking blah, blah, blah. All right, dude. I'll meet you all downtown at like 3:30. I got you. And like it took a little while before like but I had to go home because from 2 to 3, Star Trek: The Next Generation was on, and I went home to watch Star Trek with my grandpa every afternoon before I'd split to go out and get all loaded and party with my friends. When I'm 16, 17, 18, and whatnot. And so Star Trek to this day has a special place because I have that connection with my grandpa. But sure, it is, and some episodes get me really going, dude. Like anything with the Borg. There's some Klingon wars some of the older, but I'll admit a lot of them can drag on and can be real dull and boring and kind of bad writing and kind of bad acting.
Picard never got it on with a green alien woman, right?
No, that's strictly Kirk, my man. Kirk was a stud, bro.
That's
Dude,
right.
Kirk banged his way across the galaxy. I'm telling you that right now.
It's the James Bond of outer space, I guess. James Bond.
He was, dude. That dude had to have done like 30 aliens that I know of.
Virginia, are you? Do you like Star Wars or Star Trek, or neither?
Neither one. I'm more into like the sci-fi and stuff like that. I like a lot of the unsolved mysteries and
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Outer Limits and stuff like that.
Do you like
the unexplained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the paranormal type content?
Yes. Ghost hunters, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Are you into like ufology, UFOs, aliens, that kind of stuff too?
Yeah. The other day I actually was looking up, what was it, like 2 days ago, I was looking up into the sky and I seen maybe at least a good 100 what looked to be like stars, and they were all traveling fast and they were going in the southern sky going south, and they were like lined up in a line. So I don't even know what that could have been. Could have been maybe drones or something, but my
Meteor
friend
shower,
seen it as
maybe?
well. Oh no, these were moving pretty
showers
fast.
Fast, yeah. And they don't turn or anything like that, yeah.
Yeah, no, these were just like if it's kind of like maybe
Like they were turning?
They were just moving really fast, and they were not falling. They were just kept moving in like it just in a shape like a line basically.
Well, yeah,
it was just weird.
California
Could have
gotten
been
a lot
drones.
of UFO activity, yeah. Like
Could have.
Nevada is right next door to California, right?
Yeah, southern, yeah.
Yeah, because Area 51, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's a lot of UFO traffic kind of gets passed off the meridian over to California. But people have seen UFOs like come out of the water in California, like off the coast. So that's one thing I know about.
You know, I'm not too concerned with Area 51, dude. I want to know what's in Area 52.
I don't know. Is there an Area
I
52?
don't know. Whatever area is right next door. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they call it. Because see, here's the way I see it. What does any good magician do? They want you look at this hand, look at this hand, while this hand's the one doing it. The government's been telling us Area 51, so everyone looks at Area 51. I want to know what's going on next door. There's a
Well,
reason why. Huh?
yeah,
Huh? People? Let's
why
fucking
are they
look into
keeping it
this.
secret? There has to be a reason why no one's allowed to go there. And in fact, I think that if you manage to somehow infiltrate that, like if you just drove through the fence or something, I think they can actually kill you. I think they're allowed to do that.
Oh yeah, they definitely are. Yeah, you trespass on the Area 51 property, yeah, they shoot you dead, and they don't even have to bury the body.
I think a couple of years ago they were actually, maybe like 2 years ago, they were talking. It was all over like the social media, and they were saying they were gonna go out and try to infiltrate the area, and they were like anybody that does show up, they would shoot them on the spot. That on anybody that went through that the gates there, just in general.
Well, they have the Men in Black are supposedly real, but they're not like Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. They're these weird. It sounds almost like they're robots or something, but they've been sent to like to intimidate people who have come forward to talk about their experiences. So they're definitely serious about keeping everyone's mouths shut.
Yeah, but I really would have liked to know what that was in the sky. My friend seen it, and she said maybe drones, but they were too close together to be drones.
No, I don't think they'd be. Well, I mean, I don't even know if drones would have lights on them, would they? I mean,
I
I
don't even
mean,
know. And from what it looked like to me was, they were like, airplanes, like one by one by one by one, like literally in a straight line,
yeah.
and there was at least 50 of them, at least, and they just kept going back to back to back, and I don't know where they were going, but somewhere in southern hemisphere.
well,
Yeah.
we do got to remember that it's probably fucking aliens. Uh, but
Fast. They're
right, but
yeah.
but no, especially down here in that southern western corner of our little country, continent and hemisphere, it's a lot of desert,
Yeah.
and desert means not many people, so that's why they test experimental aircrafts and shit all over California, Nevada, whatnot, because of deserts. So and then L.A., San Diego, other places, Phoenix. There's some we got Travis Air Force. There's military stuff, you know,
Yeah.
on the outsides of these deserts. So they're able to, So I mean, it very well could have been some sort of new spacecraft. Could have been some sort of new drones. Could have been aliens. I mean, I'm a subscriber of any object that you can't identify is an unidentified flying object.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Yeah.
So
as far
doesn't
as
have to have little green men driving it. It's still unidentified flying and an object. So screw you. That's a UFO, my man.
they say that well, I mean, drones are going to become an even bigger parts of our lives. They say they're going to start delivering packages and food.
They already do.
They do really. Also, they're already doing that now. Oh,
Yes, Amazon in certain like Seattle is one of the few places that does it. You have to be in like one of the major city locations with one of their distributors, and they have a 2 hour delivery. So if you order something on certain items, you can have it delivered within 2 hours. And
Oh wow.
yeah, and I believe it's by drone. I might be mistaken on that. Don't quote me, but I
see, they better
believe it is.
do that in a place like Kentucky because there's so many guns. The good old boys might just shoot them down. See?
Right?
I
And
did see yesterday, when I was looking online, they actually came out. Lyft actually came out with a drone helicopter where they will actually take you from point A to point B in like seconds.
Oh, that's cool. I would do it. Yeah. Why not?
I might. I'd have to think about
Yes,
it for a minute.
but yeah.
I am a subscriber of eventually we're going to make a computer a little too smart and the machines will take over. So I am kind of against drone. I'm also a subscriber of every computer that we make that does a job is one less job for an actual breathing person.
Well, that's
Well, you heard about the chip that they're actually making. Elon Musk is actually perfecting it right now, where they're gonna put it in your brain, and actually you're gonna be able to the paralyzed are gonna be able to walk more, and it's gonna actually make your brain like 10 to 15 times faster, like thinking wise, moving wise.
I could
Any
use a
kind of impairments or whatever you have, it's gonna make it work again.
So it'll make that's way cool.
I think I
Yeah.
got that chip actually. I think I need to get hooked up with that. I'm getting
Yeah.
old.
You know,
Brains.
And instead of wearing like the body, the robotic legs and stuff like that, you're gonna actually be able to move. Like paralyzed people from the waist down are gonna be able to walk again and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a lot of money to do, but hey, he's making it happen.
you know, if someone told me right now that Elon Musk had a time machine on his Mars base, I would say I believe you. That dude's just amazing, you know? Like shit. Him and that Richard Branson guy. I'm telling you, those guys I don't think they're from our time. I think two of them came here together from the future.
They're aliens or something.
Or aliens or something. They got to be, dude. They got to be. You know, I don't know how that
I've seen a video where he's using that chip he put it into a orangutan, and the orangutan is actually playing the video game with his mind. Their video game is not hooked up, but he's just like using like Pong, and he's actually playing the Pong game.
Wow.
And with his mind, it's kind of crazy, but it's gonna be. I feel in the future, everything's gonna have to do with your mind. You're gonna just like think it, and it's gonna happen, which is kind of crazy for me to think, because if I think of killing somebody, what's gonna happen? Or if you think you're so upset and you're so mad, and you say, "Hey, I think about this. What makes it not happen?"
And you think about when you throwing your hot cup of coffee in the person's face who you're in argument with, but you don't act on it because we have restraint. We're able to control ourselves because we're adults and human beings. We don't have a lack of rational compulsion, compulsionary actions. So we randomly throw, right? So we can contain that. But yeah, what happens if the brain just it's kind of like, I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball Super. Goku, I watched Dragon Ball. I've watched Dragon Ball since it was on Dragon Ball back in the 80s, man. I love that shit. I'm a Goku freak, bro. Dragon Ball, Vegeta, fuck yeah, I'll get down with that shit. But anyway, he learns this thing called Ultra Instinct, and like the newer stuff that just came out like the last couple years here in America, Japan, the last 10 years or so. But anyway, and the Ultra Instinct, man, it's like the body parts take over. Like you don't even have to, like when the dude punches, he doesn't even have to think about blocking. The arm just blocks. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. Yeah, it's like what if your body got Ultra Instinct? Like you don't even have to think about doing shit. Like it just, when you think about it, it just happens. It reacts. Like that could be very bad.
Well, if orangutans playing fucking Call of Duty, I think we're in trouble. You know what I'm saying? If they can figure that out.
Well, I don't know. I've met some people on Call of Duty that I don't think are much higher evolutionary standards than an orangutan. So I mean.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I know horses smarter than Corey and Trevor.
Yeah. And there are humans who aren't even as intelligent as horses. They emerge all the time.
Yeah.
But there's one. Speaking of Space Week, Space Day, I was reading about this technology, and it used to be something they spoke dismissively of. But they're talking about a space elevator could be one way to get into space. And they're saying it's actually doable. So that's one possibility.
You know, I mean, I've seen that very similar thing in like movies they use. Like I was just watching this one called Space Sweepers on Netflix. Kind of trippy, kind of cool movie. Check it out. It's some sort of, I don't know, Japanese or something, Korean, something, some foreign. I don't really know very well. I'm sorry. I hope I didn't upset anyone. I'm sorry. But anyway, it's pretty cool. But yeah, in one of it, they got an elevator, and I've seen that other times. I always debate like, how would that work? Because the Earth is rotating. So
Yeah.
if it's connected to Earth, it's gonna have to rotate with the Earth. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
so I mean, unless you have like some sort of thrusters on the top that give it a little boost from the atmosphere in outer space to help, because if you just connect something to the ground and then it's just gonna break off at the bottom when the Earth spins, because you know what I'm saying. Think about like if you grab a really long pole and you hold the very end of it and you try to lift it. You know how heavy that end is way over there, Same type of principle. Like it's going to be way hard to move that whole thing, It's not, I mean, it'd have to be really big around, in my opinion, to support it without snapping the other ways. So, I mean, I don't know. This is just my, amateur rocket science brain is racked over. Like, I guess I'd have to put some sort of thrusters at the top, wherever the space station that it connects to is. Or at the space station, I guess, that it connects to could have its own thrusters, and then it just kind of gives boosts or whatever, or slow boost to help keep it at the right pace, so it orbit, so it moves with the Earth. You get what I'm saying? So it relieves the pressure down the tube.
Well, I guess they're figuring it out. They're going to come up with a way to do it.
Do you think they'd have like a lever to make it like the world's biggest drop zone from Great America?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you imagine that, dude? Come down, try our new ride. Drop from orbit, 86,000 miles an hour. Plummet to your death.
Make that
Come on down.
Make that a form of like extreme skydiving,
Right? No, that's extreme pants shitting is what that is.
Yeah.
How about those guys who do those, what are they, the halo jumps? High altitude, low, not, what is it called? But they're the ones that, okay, so they jump from really high, then they, low release, but that's not what it is. They pull the cord very low. You get what I'm saying? So they jump from very high, and then they don't pull it to like the last second, man. And some of those guys go from, there was a dude a while back that he jumped from just outside atmosphere. Like he was just outside Earth, dude, or just inside of it, something like that. But then he went, man, and it's like, dude, and it fell, fuck, thousands of feet before he finally pulled that shit.
Oh no,
Yeah,
I pulled well, as exactly when they tell you to. I think it's like 10 seconds or 15 seconds after jumping you're supposed to pull it. Yeah, and I'd make sure everything was just copacetic with that parachute too. I'm afraid of heights, but yeah, make sure everything was right.
You're afraid of heights, buddy?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Wait, can you stand at the top of like a huge building and not be afraid of it?
Yeah. I used to do cliff jumping and stuff, like into like lakes and rivers and things like that. I used to jump off bridges into lakes and rivers, and I've been bungee jumping a couple times. Never been skydiving yet, but I've always wanted high altitude, low opening. That's what it is. Boom.
Oh,
Thank you. I just googled it. No, I didn't. It didn't come to me.
how was jumping?
Bungee jumping was fun. I mean, it's been years since I did it. If you want the truth, I did. How old was I? I was, I want to say 11, 12, and 13 when I did it.
Oh, wow.
Or it might have been 12, 13, and 14, but I don't think I was that old yet. I might have been. But yeah, no, there used to be a place here in California called, the city was Manteca. The place still exists, but they had a water slides there, Manteca water slides way back in the day. Anyone old from California like me probably remembers Manteca water slides. But anyway, they had a big bungee jump thing there, and you could do it. And back then, I mean, I remember it was still the 90s. It wasn't all that much, you know. It was like 10 or 15 bucks to do it or something. And we had gone there. My mom was in NA, Narcotics Anonymous. Shameless plug. I know we're not supposed to talk, no radio or whatever, promotions and all that. But anyway, they had the convention there back then, and I used to, go with her as a kid. And she did it. And like I was sitting there telling her, like, Mom, I want to do that. I want to do that. And she told, still to this day, so she remembers, she looked at me and goes, man, no, like, she didn't want me to do it. And wasn't that she didn't want me to do it. She didn't want to pay and then me climb way up there and get scared and not do it. And she paid because there's, sorry, no refunds, And I was like, no, I ain't going to, no, I'm not, I want to go do that. Like, let me do that. And she was finally was like, all right, fine, you can do it. And they go up there. There's two ways to do it. It had the rope, the cord connected, like kind of from right around your abdomen, stomach area, and it had a nice big round base, so like it wouldn't smack you in the face. It was kind of safety protected, but then like 2 feet up the cord, it became just a regular bungee cord thickness, right? It was just a little bit cushion around the base of it because it didn't whack you in the face. Because most people didn't go head first, but they said there was a way, and they showed you if you like stepped over it and draped it between your legs, right? So it went like between your legs and kind of like up your ass behind you, you could go head first on this thing, and without your feet being tied. And so I already instantly decided that's how I was doing it. And fucking when we got up there, they go, all right, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3 bungee, and on bungee you go. I went on 1, and he said 1, and I just head first, stepped over, and dude was like, you sure, little dude, you're gonna go? I said, hell yeah, I'll do it. And I didn't hesitate. I didn't wait for bungee. I went at 1. And it was so much fun, man. And just bungeed a few times, and after it stops bouncing, they lowered you to the big, because they had a big air pad below you, so I watched this guy a little while before I went. Like, it was big pad, dude. The thing was like fucking 2-story tall. Not quite that tall, but it was fucking like damn near. It was like over 10 feet, thick. It was well over adult human heads thick. And dude, and then the thing was like, I think like 70, like 100 feet, something like 75, 100 feet, 125 feet, somewhere. I don't know, something like that. I don't remember. It was fucking 20 years ago. But he flew off the thing and landed on it to show, to test it, and like it was fine. So like I knew if you fell, like you'd be okay. Like at least that was my logic. But yeah, dude. And so the next 3 years in a row we went, or next 2 years we went, and I got to do it again both years because I had, obviously wasn't afraid to jump. And I mean, once you do something once, like you're definitely never going to be scared of it again, Oh, excuse me. But yeah.
How does it feel to endlessly just bounce like that? Does it make you lightheaded or anything?
Yeah, a little bit. You get a little dizzy, a little scrambly, But I mean, shit. Anyone who likes getting stoned or, I mean, spinning. One of my first highs was getting dizzy, spinning around when you're like, woo, and then you get all dizzy and stumbling on the house when you're like 7, 5, 2.
Natural.
But yeah, I mean, it ain't much different, I mean. But it was cool. It's way cool. I recommend it. And, get out there and try it. Anyone, like, bungee jumping's cool. I want to go skydiving real bad one of these days.
Well, I mean, bungee jumping might be dangerous for, heavier people of size. I don't know if I could do that or not.
I mean, possibly. I mean, there has to be a weight limit, right? There's weight limits to everything. But I mean, I don't really know if I would imagine. I don't know.
In one of the Jackass movies, actually, there's this one guy.
Yeah.
He's not a member of the crew officially, but he's a big guy, and occasionally he does stuff with them. And he did a bungee jump dive with the midget guy, and didn't break. So
see, boom.
My thing is, I hate
you just
the
fucking myth bust your own shit there, bud.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
Go ahead, Virginia.
My thing is, I'm not scared of heights. I just don't like the feeling of I'm falling.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is a fucked one. It really is. Anyone ever slept on a bunk bed, like top bunk? You ever fallen off the bunk bed in the middle of the night while you're asleep?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like, because You do. You feel it like even before you wake up for a second. Like you can feel you're falling.
Oh yeah.
And it's weird,
See, I
dude.
don't know what's scarier, sleeping on the bottom or the top, because if someone falls on you, you're fucked, and if you fall on them, they're fucked. But either way, it's pretty unpleasant if that thing fucking falls apart.
I mean, yeah, I guess it depends. I mean, if it's got kind of a flimsy bottom to the top bunk, then yeah. I don't know if I'd want to be on bottom for sure. I think I'd rather fall on somebody. But if it's a nice, firm, solid bed, like, and it's got a solid bars or solid, an actual solid, bottom to the top bunk, then no, I'd much rather be on bottom. Fuck, I don't want to climb my big ass up and down that thing, dude, all the time. Fuck, man.
You're in jail. You're slept in bunk beds in jail, right?
Yeah, bunk beds in jail, and you always get one when you first get there. I mean, it's rare that you get lucky enough that you get given an empty cell, which has happened a few times. I mean, you go in and out as much as I have. Trust me, there's very few things that don't happen. But yeah, but usually you get a top rack, and then at some point that person either gets out or moves, and then you move down. Or you move in and this happens sometimes. Some young kid will be there who says, here, especially if you're older, bigger, and got more tattoos, they go, here, take the bottom bunk, no problem, man.
Yeah, it's not like Shawshank Redemption. The guy's got his own cell, and it's like the size of a hotel room, and just one bed.
No. But I have been in single man cells, and they do exist, and I've seen them, and yes, I definitely much prefer that. Not that another person's company isn't appreciated at times, but I mean, it's nice to know that the only farts you have to live in are your own.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
Because we all know that we're human beings, and even though we don't talk about it all the time, we all fart. And when you guys are locked in a box for 20 plus hours a day, well, you can't really just go outside and fart, you know what I'm saying? Or you can't go to the next room. Like, you're in the only room, so fart. Like, there's nothing you can really do about it. Like,
It makes
so,
me wonder if there might be less violence in prison if everyone got their own cells.
oh, there would be, but could you imagine how big everything would have to be? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, I think minimum security prisons are like that. I think they usually just house one guy per cell.
no, actually, most minimum securities are dormitories. So they're big rooms with multiple bunk beds. Most minimum securities are set up like that. You get to cells the higher up you go. Like level 2 yards tend to be more cells. A lot of level 2s actually are dorms though also, But there are no dormitories on 3s and 4s. They're all celled. And then I mean, single man versus having a bunkie. I mean, that just kind of depends on who you are, who you know, or what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're bad, you're probably gonna go to like AdSeg or something where you're singled up in there usually, but that's more of like the whole administrative segregation. You don't really have many rights over there, Or if you know somebody and there happens to be a single cell in your mod and the guy moves out, maybe you can get in there if you're lucky.
Yeah. And on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for listening in the future, of course. Thank you, Virginia, for
Hey,
today.
did we want to do the dictionary? We didn't do it last week either. We can wait till next week.
Yeah, we can do it next week. Absolutely.
No problem. Yeah, we'll get back on the dictionary next week.
Thank you.
But yeah, real quick, to all the listeners out there, email us in. Email scoopdad.leahy@gmail. If questions, comments,
Or if you want to be on the show, it'd be cool.
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
Show you.
Yeah, or birthday shout outs, or if you just want to say, hey, what's up, and you want to get a shout out on the podcast, just email us in, and for sure. But go ahead, Morgan. I'm sorry for cutting you off, buddy.
Yeah, I was just saying, it'd be cool to have guests on every show. So
Oh, that'd be nice.
anyone
Yeah.
come on, if you're a Trailer Park Boys fan, that's all the only qualification you need. So
That's right. Or lived in a park.
that would be
Yeah. Or you smoke a lot of weed or something, like that'd be cool too.
that's yeah, that's part of the package too.
Virginia, I love you. I love you, Virginia. It was so awesome having you on, man.
Yep.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it for
Yes.
having
Thanks for
me on.
Virginia. All right. Night, guys.
All right.
Take care.
Fucking way she goes, everybody.
She goes. Fuck off. I got work to do.